Okay, I think we're good. Mic looks like it's working. Video is working. There's something funny going on the stream on the back end. Hopefully everything hangs on for the entire live stream. And welcome to the weekly live stream, everybody. This is Naked and Famous Denim weekly live stream right here on the YouTubes, on the internet. My name is Bezat, and this is Risa, and we're here to answer all of your denim-related questions. Whatever questions you got for us, probably rant a little bit, have a lot of fun. It is the world's largest raw denim live stream. I think I can confidently say that.
Really?
I don't think anyone else does a raw denim live stream. So by definition,
constantly, probably not.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome.
Guinness World Record.
Guinness World Record right now for world's largest raw denim live stream. Raw denim gathering. It's the gathering of the raw denim nerds. Gathering of the juggalos. Genealos. Something like that. We got to work on that.
We got to work on that.
All right. Everybody, let me know where you're tuning in from. We've got Richard Murphy in the house. Hello from Denver International Airport. Well, I hope you're having... Well, you sounds like you're on... Unless you're flying the plane, sounds like you're going on a trip. But if you're... coming back from a trip. I guess if you are flying the plane, you are also coming and going from a trip.
I guess so.
Yeah, everyone on that plane is on a trip. All right. But if you're at the airport,
at the airport.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you're on a trip.
Or dropping somebody off.
I should not presume.
So many possibilities.
It's a lot of possibilities. Richard, let us know what's going on. Inquiring minds want to know. The Moor, greetings from the DMV. Definitely need a Naked and Famous store here. Where else can you cover 3 states with 1 store? Good point.
What does DMV stand for again? Not the driving.
I think you're going to have to Google it. But someone's going to answer. I keep forgetting. But I remember the term. I just don't remember what it stands for.
No. It's the area.
Yeah, it's the area. Yeah.
DMV. I don't want.
It's not Dallas like DMV. Anyway, someone's going to answer it. The Moor is going to answer it first. Richard Murphy waiting on a delayed flight. Oh, I know the feel. I know those feelings. Well, hopefully we can keep you entertained before you catch that flight. Invis Ian's DC MD VA. So DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Oh.
All right. Well, there you have it. For those who didn't know, like us. All right. BD Friday night in the Elephant X. Flannel work shirt and a tie-dye selvage foundation tee. Neck to ankle, Naked and Famous Denim. Thank you very much. Nice. Appreciate that. Risa's got on...
overalls.
Overalls.
Yeah, I've been kind of getting back into overalls lately.
Overalls. Yeah, I really like the ladies' overalls a lot.
It's so comfortable. Yeah. And we updated the fit, so it's now like a straight leg instead of like a little bit
of a taper.
Leg,
yeah. So
even more
if you need an all-in-one outfit, pretty much, you still need to wear a shirt, I guess.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm not going to judge. But...
Do you. We don't judge here. The overalls are... Anyways, you're working on Spring-Summer 23 collection.
And now because my mind is back to, overalls are so nice again. So I'm...
There's going to be a bunch of overalls, yes. It's a big overall collection. So look forward to that, everybody. Who wants more men's overalls? We offer the left-hand Twill. We offer the solid black selvage.
Yeah, and they do kind of well, constantly. Not best, but maybe we should try doing it in maybe one seasonal fabric or something.
Let me know what you guys think. You want to see more men's overalls? We could certainly make that happen. Certainly make it happen. Pedro Cortez, Indiana, in the house. All condition selvage cut into shorts. All conditions shorts you've got on. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good fabric for shorts, actually. It's a nice lightweight fabric, very durable. With the Cordura. Yeah. It's a Cordura blend, so very tough. Sorry, Dyneema. Yeah, very similar similar materials. Yeah. Invis Ian, men's boiler suit coveralls. Thought they were coming. like when we teased in the van video. Yeah, what happened to the coveralls? We've made them before. I gotta check in on that. I think that sounds like a forgotten project.
Right. Did we say that we were gonna make it?
Pretty sure. Well, pretty sure.
Excuse us.
Yeah.
Forgetful bunch.
It happened though. You know, like every now and then, Brandon messages me, and he's like, "Take a look at this fabric," and I'm like, because it was one of these developments that we were doing, and
we have like rolls in the warehouse,
but we just forgot that we got it, and because you know sometimes
if it doesn't come with like the regular seasonal like
but sometimes you can just forget, like you get you know, or you like what'll happen is every week we get a report on like what it arrives, and maybe you missed that email, or maybe you just skimmed over that email, and so you. A lot of the times our processes are like, okay, when that comes in, I know when to start this. But if I forget this, you know, thing, then certain things just kind of get forgotten about.
And everything is kind of manual. It's not.
It's all up here, guys. Yeah. And up here's starting to slow down. Michael Udall, Jorts season is around the corner. It's certainly, you know, it feels that way in Japan. The weather has been
it's been
very
shitty.
random.
Yeah.
It's like torrential rain. Then the day of sun, then like 4 days of gray, and then...
But even the temperatures, like we've seen 26 already, but we are like, you know, yesterday high was like 18. Yeah. It just goes back and up and down.
Up and down. Yeah. So I'm hoping for some steadiness as we get into May. April showers bring May flowers, as they say. I don't know if that works out here in Japan. Is that a saying?
I've never heard that.
All right. So it only applies to North America. You've never heard that?
No, I have heard that, but I've never heard that in
for
Japanese.
Japan. Is there an equivalent Japanese saying about...
Spring?
Sure.
I don't know.
I guess not.
Don't put me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot. How Ha in the house from upstate New York.
Nice.
Welcome. The sociologist. I can't read. Hello from Tacoma, Washington. Sorry for my my inability to read. I'm not a good reader. Shay Loudley, heavyweight coveralls for Indigo Invitational Year 4, please. An elephant overall would be pretty sick.
Oh yeah. Would it?
Yeah.
Be sick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we should do that.
I think we should do that. I gotta write that down. Gotta write it down, because the old tinker is not
analog.
Yeah, I like analog. Okay, so what are we writing? Elephant. Overall. See, this is how things get made, everybody. This is how things get made. Mississauga is in the house. I don't think Montreal has gone past 15 degrees so far. Yeah, it's April's a weird month for Montreal. But as soon as May comes...
Yeah. April, it's still winter in my mind in Canada. Or at least in Montreal.
Yeah. Because usually right at the end of the month, you get a nice big reminder from Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of snow.
You're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah,
but May is... Yeah, it's great. June is great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, beautiful weather. But also, like, end of April, early May, as Montreal thaws out,
it smells.
It stinks.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because like you'll leave your house one morning, you're just like, oh, it stinks, and it's just
it's like, oh, it's a nice weather. But I wish there wasn't this smell.
Yeah. It is the sign of good things to come though.
Yeah.
Jeremy Santa, what's up from Houston, Texas? Rocking the non-selvedge in a hot and swampy weather.
Nice.
You know, I've been wearing the raw cotton slubs now for a couple of... You know, I didn't start them right at the start of the Indigo Invitational.
Right, you waited.
Yeah, I waited a little bit. Yeah. Probably, I don't.
Like a couple weeks.
Maybe
ago?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. But you know, we've been out of the house a little bit more this week, and even on the warmer days, I've been wearing them. I don't mind them at all. It doesn't bother me. The 16 ounce in the hot sun, it's okay. It's a
lighter color, so it absorbs less sunlight.
Yeah, it absorbs less sunlight. I just don't mind the weight. It doesn't bother me. It kind of is a little bit, I don't know, just
Yeah.
feels protective in a way. I've been wearing a lot of lighter jeans, and like my left hand Twills have been washed down to heck. You know, these just super thin now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. It doesn't bother me. I thought it might be a bit of a struggle. Mind you, we haven't got to like humid July Japan yet, but
humidity would kill you. But to be fair, Garrett was wearing 32 ounce in Hong Kong.
Yeah. That's
another
another level of heat
Yeah.
and humidity. So that's certainly why those fades on those jeans are as beautiful. Trending the charts. Visiting Toronto in May. Toronto. I'm saying it like I'm not from there. If you're from there, you say Toronto. Or sometimes Toronto with a C at the front. Toronto.
Why?
I don't know. We just say it fast and it comes out like that. Toronto. Where are you from? Toronto. If you're not from Toronto, you say Toronto. I'm from Toronto, or I'm going to Toronto. It
sounds more exotic that way.
I don't like it. It's a key indicator. Will the Elephant X be available in store anywhere for purchase? Elephant X might be hard to find at this point.
Yeah, it's almost gonna be like a year since the release.
Yeah.
Well, not really. But...
Elephant XS might be more available. Due-Till, Over the Rainbow. We've got Gerhard Supply.
Due-Till probably is the best bet.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you want to visit them all, you might as well. Or call them.
Yeah, I would give them a call just to make sure they have it. I mean, depends on when in May you're going to be there. So, as with everything, inventory is limited. I know on Tate and Yoko, the Elephant XS is pretty sold through. The Elephant X is, there might be like some 28s hanging around, but I think that's it. Anyways, today on the live stream, we're going to show off the Elephant 11, the Grandrelle. So stick around for that. We've got a couple of fall-winter previews to show you guys, just to, entice you for what's to come next season. Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. David T, don't forget your 1 month submissions for the Indigo Invitational. Is it already? I didn't get the email. Are they sending out emails?
Today is the last day of April.
Right. I would imagine I would get an email. Anyways, I should definitely look into that. Because I probably would have forgot. Or I would have been waiting, and then I would have been like, hey, I didn't get the email. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Let me know. Did you get an email? Man, 45. Go back to Toronto. Wrestling fan during a live show. I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot. Chris Jericho. I've never seen that clip. Good old Chris Jericho. I love. One time we ran into Chris Jericho in Vegas, in Las Vegas.
That was not too long ago, actually.
That was
right before the pandemic.
That's right. It was the last trade show before the. No. It wasn't the last one. I think it might have been the one before. Yeah.
Because
or maybe the whole year before. It was the year before. Because the last one was February 2020 was when we were in Vegas, and I remember we were in. Yeah, it was the year before. Pretty sure it was the year.
1 year before.
Yeah, time flies. Because it was winter and it was cold, and
it was cold. That's why I thought it was the last one.
Yeah, but we were in Old Vegas. The very last show we were back on the Strip, weren't we? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Liberty was back on the Strip.
Yeah.
But when we went to go to that AEW thing, we were doing a show in Old Vegas. Remember we had to take that taxi? Anyways, I remember it. I got a little bit old. I had a little bit of a cold that evening. I had a bad headache, but it was the AEW announce Vegas event.
Yeah, we're just standing around the pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
okay, we saw Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, all these people, and then in the actual casino we ran into them.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
I got my Indigo Invitational email at 4 a.m. today.
Okay, so maybe I didn't check my email box yet, so hopefully it's there. But yeah, thanks for the reminder to submit your photos for the Indigo Invitational. My jeans have not faded at all.
Mine really either, but I mean.
But I don't have any. There's nothing here to fade. You know what? I've been a little bit careful to not get them dirty though.
Well, I mean, you should, because you don't want, like, a big old oil stain or something. There's certain, like, stains that might look cool.
Yeah.
But there's
Paint, cool.
paint, dirt.
Pizza
it's
grease,
fine.
less so.
Like, when there's one, it's not gonna look cool.
Yeah, there needs to be a mix of pizza grease and, like,
Dirt
hard work.
Yeah.
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 Kenny Ingram writes, wonder how far into the spring summer I can get away with the Huntsman with the merino wool. I think you'll be okay.
It's not heavy, right?
Yeah, it's not heavy. Merino wool, like cotton, natural
very
fiber.
breathable.
I think you're going to be fine. Yeah. Cameron Smith, I know they're 16 ounce. I suppose you're talking about the raw cotton slub that I've got on. But I'm concerned about it being too heavy in the summer. So far, I've been pretty good. Even on hot days when I've worn these out, these have been okay. Mm-hmm. Like I've not felt uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You know, I haven't worn heavyweight denim in a while, and there's something sheltering about like a heavyweight garment that I really enjoy. And I'm remembering that.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is a thing. This is a tangible, hefty thing. So I've been enjoying these so far.
I also really believe that like the lack of color helps. And then once you wash them, it's going to be really easy. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be that hard.
No. Yeah. Once the starch is out, I think it'll be even easier. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it really depends on how filthy they get is when they get the first wash. So we'll see how nasty these can get.
But you can wash it as much as you want. There's no, like, ruining the fades or anything
Yeah,
like that.
That's true. We'll see.
What I'm worried about is that, like, we'll wash it with, say, my jeans.
Oh, yeah,
it's gonna
color
be blue.
transfer.
Like,
right.
it's not going to be blue. It's just going to be, like, gray.
Yeah.
So
sometimes that happens in the wash.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I have a lot of, like, pigment dyed T-shirts, and they didn't... ruin is maybe not the right word, but they've changed the colors of other garments in the wash.
Yeah.
And like I have like tie-dye socks and things like that, and like they go in, and I'm like, that wasn't the color. I'm like, I'll still wear them. I don't care.
Different.
Yeah.
Because it never happens like. There was an episode of Friends where, like, they have one red socks in a white wash, and then the whole thing turns pink.
Yeah.
It's like, it never happens like that.
No.
It would just be, like, a tint of something.
Yeah, a tint of a different color, and you're like,
If it changes color, sometimes it's cool, but...
Yeah. Happens. So, yeah, be careful if you've got garment-dyed, pigment-dyed garments. Maybe it's better to wash those separately. Okay, is the raw cotton slub the white version of the trunks fabric? It is not. The trunks is an 18 ounce. It's a little bit heavier. Similar fabric, but not the same. Okay. Matthew Bradwell writes to Ken Ingram, I'm soaking my Huntsman for the first time right now. Been wondering the same thing about the upcoming summer. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay. The merino wool, like merino wool or cashmere, like we have the cashmere denim, and people tend to think that it's like, okay, this is a winter jean, but it's not 100% cashmere, and it's not like the heaviest thing. Like a heavy wool coat, that's one thing, right? Yeah. But because the percentages aren't like particularly high, they're not particularly heavy. I don't think you have any problem with that.
Especially, I mean, it kind of depends on where you live, too.
That too. Man, 45. My favorite jeans to rock all year round, left-hand twill and dirty fade. Great all-rounders. I've worn in and faded both very, very, like, extensively. I love those fabrics a lot. Matthew Frederick writes, I love the Harvest Selvage because I can get away with wearing them at work. Do you think you will ever make a darker brown jean? Thanks. Darker brown jean, yes. Hold on. Okay. I can... Oh, Reese is going to grab it. Also, speaking of the sorry, the Huntsman. We are gonna do another batch of the Huntsman. So there is a little, sorry, not the Huntsman Hunter. The Huntsman is with the merino wool. I was thinking, remember we did a jean called the Hunter Selvage? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, like this week, Risa and I were like naming jeans, and yeah, it's fun, but it can be sometimes. I'm like, oh, did we do that name already? Or does that name sound too much like that name? It's like we were just driving ourselves crazy.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't see it in the grand scheme of things. Sometimes we just focus on the name, and then it's just like, oh, well, that sounds exactly the same as that one. And it's very confusing. It's a very different jeans.
Right. So. And then the other thing that I've been doing now is like we'll Google the name just in case, because you know a lot of people are copying our naming style, and
just to cover our.
Yeah, I don't want it to be that like somebody else used it. I'm just like, okay, you know, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I noticed something the other day. You know, like we've been naming a lot of jeans after birds lately. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody else started doing that. And I'm just like, oh, come on, guys. Like, would you do me the courtesy of also just
like choosing a different group of animals, maybe?
Yeah, like I've seen people,
but like you know, with elephant, like people are doing like a bigger animals.
Yeah, like
wow, but yeah.
Like, right. So, anyways, it is a little. Because, like, now I'm competing with myself in a way. And it's weird. Anyways, but...
so...
Okay, wait.
Brown.
So...
Brown denim options for fall 22. We call...
These are the raw cotton canvas. So these are
the... raw cotton canvas.
So heavyweight canvas, or heavier weight canvas. I think they're like 14. Gotta double check.
Wow.
So they do come in the brown, and they come in this great olive color. Just really rigid and beefy fabrics. So 2 new color options. We've got this like dark brown. You know the duck canvas we have, which I guess we can show that off to compare, is a little bit more orange in tone. This is certainly a lot more earth tone.
And the weight is very different.
Like the duck canvas, 10 ounce. I think these are 14. Double check.
Sorry, it's not loading.
So, a lot more like workwear style color options coming this fall.
Don't move on yet.
Okay,
we're almost there.
We're almost there. Jeremy Santo, yes, I asked about heavier canvas so many live streams ago. Well, you know we're listening. 14 ounces. So, raw cotton canvas coming this fall, 14 ounces. What's the retail on these?
US dollar 162.
162. So we're keeping these pretty like, you know, at the bottom end of the Naked Famous Denim price point. One thing to note is that they will be non-selvedge. So these are non-selvedge options, just so we can hit that like lower price point for everybody. And I do like to do that for colored things because I feel like, you know, a colored denim or something like this is often not your main, you know, your main character. So I want to have it as something that you could kind of, you know, the price point is not aggressive, you know, it's something that you could just kind of add into your wardrobe without having to worry about like spending too much money. So, anyways, that's why, you know, this was a non-selvage option, but the fabric is really, really nice, heavy, beefy. When you see this, you'll see it, and you'll enjoy it. Why is non-selvage cheaper? Because the fabric width, when we buy...
Well, first of all, it's easier to produce. It doesn't require a special people to be watching over the production of the fabric. So it is a little bit easier to get a hands on. There's so many more, you know,
projectile looms.
Than shuttle looms.
Yeah.
But second of all, it's the yield.
Yeah.
So the fabric comes out like
twice as wide.
Yeah.
At least twice as wide.
So even like 1 meter, like.
Yeah. So 1 meter of fabric on a selvage loom is about 30 inches wide. Whereas on a wide width loom, 60 inches, sometimes even like up to 100 120? No, not quite. Maybe not 90.
I only
anyways,
think it's centimeters.
Centimeters.
But-
anyways, the width can be quite
Yeah.
different. And even on selvage looms, sometimes you get like 28 inches, 27 inches, like really narrow.
Yeah.
So the yield per meter on a wide width fabric is obviously a lot higher. And when you're buying fabric, you're buying it by the meter. So if you buy a meter of selvage goods, you might have a fabric that's, 29 inches wide. If you buy a meter of projectile made
Wide
goods,
width.
wide width goods, it could be double or more wide. So you
More wide.
more wide.
But
Can
yeah,
you maybe close that? I think it's affecting the or the OneDrives. I don't know. Something's happening, but our bandwidth is suddenly taking a hit. Does it actually take a lot longer time to make selvage versus non-selvage? Oh yeah, 5 times as on a projectile loom. It makes fabric 5 times faster, at least double as wide. I've seen 4 times wide. You get the double projectile looms.
Yeah, but
that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, selvage machines very slow to produce. They make about 5 meters of fabric per hour. A projectile loom can make 25 meters of fabric per hour, twice as wide. So, yeah, it is a big cost difference when you're looking at a wider goods. Wolfie writes, pleasantly surprised to see the turmeric jeans in the 24-hour sale. Couldn't resist getting a pair. Well, that's the benefit of being a email subscriber. You get to know about the 24-hour special sales, and sometimes we put some juicy things on sale there that haven't been put on sale before. So you definitely want to subscribe to our email list to get all those great deals that we put out there. Hopefully the stream is hanging on. I can see that I'm in the red on my stream here, so hopefully we're hanging on. Let me know if there's any issues. Okay. Francisco, Michael, wearing my deep indigo rigid, such a great silent sleeper pair, loving them. Deep indigo rigid, that was a fabric that's been in the collection for basically the start of Naked and Famous Denim. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. They are slowly being discontinued though. We're streaming down the core assortment just a little bit. So anyways, that's one of them that's kind of being let out to pasture, I guess. I think that's the right analogy. So enjoy them while you can. I don't even know if we have much inventory left on the website. Probably very little. It looks like 360p, somebody writes on the stream. So hold on, everybody. I don't know if there's much I can do here. Just sometimes this internet of mine is not the best. Yeah. I'm hoping this kind of picks up. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Ay. Sorry about this, everybody. I don't know what to do. It's been 3 glitches lasting only seconds. Oops, 4. All right. Occasionally buffering. Yeah, let's hang on here. Hopefully it fixes itself. I don't want to touch anything in the stream because I don't want it to cancel on me. So bear with me, folks. Hopefully this just fixes itself. I'm at 480 and it's doing okay. I'm fine with 360p. I was just letting you know. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, it should be doing better than this. I'm not really sure why we're experiencing this problem right now. What's the difference between left-hand twill and right-hand twill? Is right-hand twill even a thing? I just got a pair of Bluebird and it's great. What's the difference between left-hand twill and right-hand twill? Well, the twill directions are the opposite of each other, so that is the I guess obvious difference between the two. Now, the rest of it kind of gets a little bit more into like fabric theoretical land because of the way it gets deep into yarn spinning. And so on a left-hand twill denim, the yarns are, when the yarns are spun, so there's S twist and Z twist, so yarns can be twisted in clockwise or counterclockwise fashion. And on a left-hand twill denim, the yarns and the weaving are
direction is
the same.
The same.
So it softens up a little bit more. When you use a right-hand twill denim, they're using yarns that are spun in the opposite direction. So the yarn's twist is going against the grain of the weave. So it's a little bit tighter. They say it makes a more durable fabric. But technically, you could do it the opposite way. Like you could.
It's just that most of the yarns out there is S twist.
Yeah.
Write it down. S twist. So right hand twill denim tends to be the one that's a little bit more tighter.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, it is possible to make. There are Z twist yarns available. So if we wanted to make a left hand twill,
feeling fabric in a right hand twill construction, it's technically doable.
Possible. But it's like, it's one of those things that it is like, it's interesting. But at the same time, I don't think enough people care for us to just go through the process of making that fabric.
And the other thing is when they talk about like the softness versus the durability, we're talking about if it was literally the equivalent,
the same,
everything else being, the same. So you have to use the same yarn.
Same yarn count, same amount of number of yarns per, whatever area, same tension.
Yeah, literally the
everything.
same.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that all left-hand twill denims are softer than all right-hand twill denims. You could have a soft right-hand twill denim and a rigid left-hand twill. Depends on the cotton, like the type of cotton used. So there's a lot of variables at play here. So
one thing that they do say, which I've seen with our left-hand twill selvage, is that like you see more vertical as it fades. You see more like a continuous like a strand of like fadings, whereas right hand twill denim, it tends to be a little bit more like spotty.
So people are asking about the history. Levi's is right hand twill. Levi's is right hand twill. Lee is known for left hand twill. How writes that. That is correct. Wrangler invented the broken twill denim. The Moore asked, then what is broken twill? So this is a good question. So left-hand twill, right-hand twill. So back in the day, and it still can occur today, because denim is woven on a directional bias. So either when you look at your fabric, you'll see that the twill direction either goes from the top left to the bottom right, which is like a right-hand twill denim, or it goes the other way, so from the top right to the bottom left, and that's a left-hand twill denim. And
that's the right hand.
Sorry, I gotta look at
like
things.
If it's like this, top right to the, well, you know what we mean.
No, well, let's be certain.
Yeah,
here.
Top right to the bottom left is like this, right?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that is a right hand twill.
Sorry,
denim.
top right goes to the bottom left.
Is the right
hand twill denim. The other way is top left to the bottom right. That is a left hand twill denim. Sorry. So back in the day, because of that bias, the fabric will eventually twist along that bias. So in the olden times, again, back in the day, your jeans would twist. And so when you see vintage jeans, oftentimes you'll see that side seam twist, sometimes all the way right to the middle of the center of the leg. And that, to me, that's a really neat feature. But, some people perceive that as, hey, I don't like this. What can we do? So Wrangler saw this as an issue, and they said, how can we fix this? So they invented a weave called broken twill, which is kind of like a mix of left-hand twill and right-hand twill. So it kind of just randomly weaves in, one direction or the other. So when you look at a broken twill fabric, it just looks like a zigzag. And so that way it doesn't have a directional bias and it doesn't twist.
In one direction or the other,
Right.
because they're equally pulling the fabric.
Right. Now, nowadays, there's something called anti-skewing, and this happens as a finishing process of the fabric. So after the fabric is woven, you guys might have heard the term sanforization, and sanforization is a shrinking process, basically. The fabric goes through like a short bath, and then it goes through like these steam rollers that like really just press and compress the fabric. It heats it up, gets all the moisture out of it, and it like locks the shrinkage. So the shrinkage is out of the fabric, but at the same time, there's a process within that called anti-skewing, and it basically pulls the fabric in such a way that it gets the twist out of the fabric. And so you don't really get sanforized jeans because it's all kind of part of the same machine when you're doing the sanforization. So you usually don't get sanforized jeans you usually don't get sanforized jeans that twist. But there's still the possibility of them twisting. Like it's not like sanforization isn't perfect.
Shrinkage
it doesn't
too.
get all the shrinkage out. Anti-skewing doesn't get all the twist out. So it does happen. Kenny Ingram writes, I have the Frankenstein 4. Is that broken twill? No. That's an alternating twill, because what you have is like 2 inches of left-hand twill, 2 inches of right-hand twill. And for the Toxic Avenger, we did 2 inches left-hand twill, 2 inches right-hand twill, 2 inches broken twill. So in the fabric you have, Kenny, the left-hand twill portion will twist left, the right-hand twill portion will twist right. It'll all shrink at different rates. It's a crazy jean, and of course with the Toxic Avenger, it'll get even crazier. So, yeah, I hope that explains all of that. I'm sure I botched something in there in my rambling, but I think you might get the gist of it. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll follow up. Why is most denim sold nowadays singed? Because
it's part of the sanforization process. We actually can do sanforization without singeing. I've seen a fabric where it is sanforized, so it is excuse me. It doesn't shrink. It's pre-shrunk, anti-skewed, but leaving the hair on the fabric there. So it kind of looks like it's, it still has that little bit of the texture, which is possible, but it's not common. So a lot of the fabrics are going through the process, the whole thing. So if you want a fabric that's pre-shrunk, then you're getting the fabric that's singed also.
Yeah. So, but I also think that a lot of people, the problem, it's not a problem, but there is an expectation from the general audience of the world that this is what denim looks like. And if they see a hairy fabric, like, it's cool to us. And it's cool to us because it's rare, right? We know why it's there. So, like, those are these kind of details that appeal to denim lovers because it's a denim lover kind of detail. And the general audience, they might see that and they're like, what is wrong with these jeans? It doesn't look like a normal jean.
I don't think they would even notice.
I think if you had a hairy enough, like, and to be fair, the general audience looks at raw denim and they're like, why are these jeans cardboard?
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we're not making raw jeans for the general audience. But even within the raw denim world, there are certain expectations of things that you would expect like a raw denim person to know, but oftentimes they don't. Let's be real. Sometimes people are just looking for clean, dark indigo jeans. They don't need to get into the whole,
Yeah.
They don't want to get. There's only so much, knowledge.
Brain space.
Yeah, brain space, right? So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, it's cool that, you guys ask these questions, and again, like, there's all these people who are working behind the scenes that are like clever enough to try something like that, pre-shrinking without singeing, or like, all these things. So it's a great community, but in the grand scheme of things, that's very, very rare because nobody's asking for it.
Yeah. But we also do those things every now and then. So if you want a hairy denim, we make
They're
hairy
very
jeans.
nerdy little things.
It's not going to be like the mainstream, thing, but we'll make it.
Yeah.
We'll have enough options there for you that you can get it if you're looking for it. Braun DeMarco writes, did you guys always make skate decks, or are these new? We've done skate decks in the past. So a couple of years ago we did them. Then the manufacturer who we worked with went out of business, and that was kind of it for the skate decks. But the guy who was taking care of that for us started a new company, and we're back to making skate decks. So.
This time it's not taped with denim.
Yeah, the first editions had denim grip tape on top, which kind of prevented you from using them. They were more of a decoration.
Yeah.
But now you can actually use them because they have the proper top, and then you can just apply whatever grip tape you want. Okay, how's Garrett's ankle? I'm presuming getting better.
I hope it's better.
Hope it's
Everybody
better.
seems to be.
Yeah, everyone's getting a little injured with their ankles lately.
Yeah.
Okay. Best pants to do a kick flip in? Strong guy.
Oh yeah.
I cannot do a kick flip. I don't think I've ridden a skateboard once in my life. Once.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used to practice in a park.
Yeah.
Because in Japan you can't really practice on the road.
No.
Nobody
really does that.
Yeah. It's dangerous and people don't want you to do it.
I don't even know if it's legal.
It is legal. I mean, we see sometimes people like skateboard, but like if you're not confident, then it's difficult because there's it's not like American roads.
Yeah, skate. I've
You've never seen it. It's very
it's
rare. But
yeah, to see someone skateboarding down the street, pretty rare. I see them in the skate park. If we, But just skating down the street like a normal person, rare.
My last year of high school, I tried with my friend, and it's like it's so hard, and we were just like, okay, like we gotta go practice. We go there, and then we practice for like half an hour and spend like 2 hours at a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
It was tough.
Skateboarding's a tough sport.
Yeah.
Tough sport.
Scary.
Yeah. Hopefully the stream is still going okay. I see we're dropping frames like crazy, but we're still streaming. So thanks for holding on. I don't know why this is occurring, and I don't want to stop anything because I feel like it's gonna not do good things. So thanks for hanging on here, everybody. Okay. Let's get back to some questions. Somebody, M. Kim writes, every new release isn't in Strong Guy. Sorry about that. We'll try to get some more Strong Guy options in down the road. The True Guy is coming for those who are looking for a regular straight. I would not be surprised if it showed up in the mail during this live stream. The delivery man brings it. They did ship it, so we're gonna have. At the very least, we'll have it for the next live stream.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Kenny Ingram writes, M. Kim, assuming you don't have a crazy long inseam like me, the woman's classic fit may work. That's true. I've seen guys in the classic fit, but the True Guy is coming. It is coming. Okay, Angelo. I've been totally into sweaters recently. I love your crews, and the colors are fantastic. Any plans to release new colors for the fall? Maybe an oat cream color or brown. Love the red one you have. For Naked and Famous, no. There isn't a current plan to extend the color options, but stick around. We might have something to show you in a bit. Not on this live stream, not on this episode, but coming soon. Farron Farrow. Godzilla should grab a semi with a flat trailer and use it to skateboard in the next movie. Godzilla should have a rematch with Charles Barkley. That is a movie. Godzilla versus Kong, you know, all this Godzilla versus Barkley. Let's get that, you know, Barkley won. But
Really?
of course,
Oh.
Charles Barkley would win against Godzilla in basketball, no question.
Oh, there was a
Basketball match. Yeah.
Interesting.
They should have a rematch. That would be I would watch that movie.
They should have a rematch with old Charles Barkley, so it's like
Yeah.
you're at advantage because Godzilla lives a long time.
Yeah. But like this would be a movie like if we were to make the Godzilla versus Barkley movie, it would take place in like 1998, right? You know, Godzilla's getting big and Charles Barkley's like, can't have this. Can't have this. I'm gonna show him who's boss. And that would be a great monster movie. Like a 1,000-foot tall Charles Barkley, like space, you know, giga dunking on Godzilla. We don't get crazy movies anymore.
Is that true?
When's the like just a crazy movie?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the world.
What the F? Godzilla versus Barkley? What kind of grass is being smoked for these ideas? Pedro Cortez, look it up. It's a thing. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley happened. Yeah. Godzilla elephant denim? Just elephant denim. Just elephant denim. Michael Udall, is the true guy the same as the slim guy or is it different? It is going to be different, but it's in the same spirit of things, I would say. Just wait for the sample to come in, and then we'll go over all the details together. I really look forward to True Guy. Please show how it looks on the next live stream. Presuming I get it, doesn't get lost in the mail or anything like that, we will have it for the next live stream. Joaquin Paez writes, Barkley has to rock the OG Barkley sneakers from that commercial. It was a Nike commercial. So yeah, Fast and Furious franchise is pretty crazy. Angelo writes, yeah, but not like in like. It's not in like.
Ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. These are people driving fast cars. Got it? Like
they're a little ridiculous. Yeah. The only one that I've watched was like the first 2 or 3, so I don't know, but it's a little ridiculous. But
Richard Murphy, perfect. Snakes on a plane, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Crazy. Like just give me a crazy premise and let's make that movie. You know.
Oh, I'm sure there are ones. I just
Weekend at Bernie's. You know, they're this dead guy that we got to convince is a party animal.
I still actually haven't seen it. I know.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't think we've had a movie like that in a while. Any updates for the Sky High Salvage? Melody Murray writes, we will have updates soon. I saw that on our receiving list. That we just got the super guy in the warehouse. So I'm presuming next week we might get a little bit more. So it's coming. We'll get the product photos up with the proper fabric, and we will we'll have you updated pretty soon. Pedro Cortez, Sharknado. Sharknado is true, but like the Sharknado films are kind of in this realm of like, you got to know about it to know about it. Maybe Sharknado might be the most popular one of these kind of movies. In fact, there's a lot of these insane movies. Look, if you ever go to like a Japanese video store, there's this whole section of like Western crazy movies that are like basically new. And I'm like, I've never, 5-headed jaws, this kind of stuff. So there is a in Japan, there's like a following for these types of movies. They're all clearly Western made, and I've never, ever heard of any of them. So I don't know what's going on. But, I mean, crazy movie in the sense that, like, it's a major release. Like, that's... I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Matthew...
It's hard.
Yeah, Matthew Bradwell. The new Nick Cage movie where he plays himself going on adventures with a fan looks pretty nuts. The stream looks like it's getting back to better. Hopefully it is. But yeah, Nicolas Cage movies recently have been pretty crazy.
I mean, I think he is crazy. Probably. Yeah. probably why.
Yeah. What was Mandy? Mandy was good.
No, that was just
It's crazy.
insane.
Yeah. It was crazy in a very visually crazy.
Yeah. It's like you're like
in a
taking
fever
drugs or
dream, yeah.
something, Yeah.
Look that up. What there was that other. There's been two more since. There's been a couple of Nick Cage movies.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. Mandy is the one that always comes to mind though, because if you think like if you haven't watched a Nicolas Cage movie in a while, watch Mandy because you'll be like, oh, this is legit. Like, you know, it'll reinvigorate your love of Nicolas Cage.
I mean, I always found him repulsive, and I think I still do, but in a way that, like, you know what? Nobody else is like this.
Yeah, like he's got this energy. He's Nicolas Cage energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the mainstream movies, Nicolas Cage was a little bit
Face Off.
Yeah, like that age, he's just repulsive, and it's a little crazy, but like not in a good way. Now I think he's just embracing the fact that some people hate him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love him. He's a great guy. I don't know him personally. Can't speak for that, but I do enjoy the insane movies. Matthew Bradwell, you can visit Nick Cage's grave in New Orleans. Obviously, he's not in it. But it's like a little pyramid where he's arranged to be buried. That's a Nicolas Cage move. Yeah, that's a great move. That's awesome. I swear I must have had a Barkley. Is there an embroidered design on the back pocket? I'm seriously looking forward to it. I swear I must have had a. I'm not sure what you mean, Free Spirit. Please elaborate. Pharaoh writes, Nick Cage loves Japan. This is what I hear.
He married like 2 Japanese
ladies
in like the past year or so.
He was also married to Elvis's daughter for a while, Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie, yeah.
Not a while. I don't think that lasted very long.
I don't know. I just know that they were married at some point,
And she was married to Michael Jackson. Yeah. I think what a life. What a life. Very, very...
She must be some kind of charismatic person, though.
I don't know too much about her. Face Off and Aircon. You have to see Pig. Yeah, Pig is another one. But yeah, I like how our chats eventually go to movie talk, and we get there. How is the stream looking, everybody? On my little setup, I'm saying I'm getting a lot of dropped frames still, but on YouTube, it's telling me that things are looking okay. So let me know how we're looking, because I'm hoping we're looking better. Yeah. Pig is a great new Nick Cage movie. Oh yeah, that's right. So back to Nicolas Cage. Xano Child M, any thoughts on sizes like 33 and 35?
We make 33.
We make 33. We don't make 35. 35 is the mystery size of men's denim because almost nobody makes it.
Yeah.
And not only does almost nobody make it, it never seems to be an issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people say it, but like, I don't think we're gonna sell it if we made it.
Literally, no retailer has ever asked me for 35. Like nobody says to me, man, if we had that 35,
the only thing that we sometimes hear is from the consumers. So I'm not saying that it's not an issue, but I clearly it's not a big issue.
Yeah, it is. For the people who are 35 out there, I think they've managed somehow, but they've done it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a belt, so you can. But
also, I guess because the actual measurements of most jeans tend to not be. There will be a jean they will find that will fit them properly, despite whatever the tag size says. Like the actual measurements will accommodate them perfectly, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The only jean I've ever encountered that had a 35 was Hugo Boss. When I worked at Holt Renfrew back in the day, we used to carry Hugo Boss jeans, and sometimes we would get 35s, but very rarely. And like even then, it wasn't like somebody asked for a 35 or anything like that. You know, if they happen to fit, someone's like, oh, okay, they fit. But you know, if the 34 was too tight, you gave them the 35. And like, oh, great. But sometimes the 36 would do just as well. But like to that, there's also no 39, right? We make, you know,
after 33, we don't make any odd number sizes.
Yeah. So.
But okay, so two things. Whenever we have an order from Japan, they only order 28, 30, 32. Sometimes 34, it's rare. Those three sizes. People who are 31 or 29 are not getting, or like those sizes are being ignored. And that seems to be not an issue either.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the, you know, I mean, especially in men's jeans, like it's not skin tight. It doesn't have to be like super tight. So I think maybe that's why.
I think you're onto something. Like if the option isn't there, most people would just get, like the one size up usually isn't so off that it doesn't fit at all, right? You can live in that size.
Yeah.
So
and for that, like we only have like 4 or 5 sizes in tops.
Yeah.
And you know, that's also not an issue. So I mean, it shouldn't really, like, waist is a little bit more of a thing, but it's not like shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes, you have to have half sizes, you have to have them.
Yeah.
But I think in jeans, it's like people can manage.
Yeah.
Though we sell a lot of 33.
We sell a lot of 33.
We sell a lot of 33 first, so.
Yeah, I think it's just, I guess, where you're from, you're conditioned to certain things. Like in the West, we sell, 33 exists, so people who are 33 have determined that that's the size I look for, that's the one that I get. And of course, you know, it can fluctuate here and there, but yeah, I guess if you come from a society where those sizes, society. Yeah, but it's absolutely true. Like when we would get these orders from Japan, 28, 30, 32, 3 sizes, and they would order like giant quantities. So our production like map would be like so oddly skewed. And then like when you're planning for like the next year, like and you're looking at like your previous year's sales, and you're like, man, we sold a lot of size 30 and 32 and 28, huh? And then you start making more because and then like it's all. Yeah, you gotta. If you're not carefully paying attention to these anomalies, it's
but
your production.
You can't just rely on computers. You have to think about that. Yeah. But also one more thing about Japanese sizing. In Japan, a lot of brand makes one size, especially in women's wear.
Yeah.
One size. And I mean, right now there's like a lot of, you know, things are more oversized, like a little bit like big. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's always been like that. And it's just like, it's insane to me. Like I'm slightly bigger than like regular size, like the one size. So a lot of times I can't buy those clothes because there's one size. I'm not crazy big.
No.
Like
but there are a lot of like, it's like if it's like I don't know, a brand targeted to whether it's like a younger demographic, right? Like if you're a 18 to 24-year-old Japanese female, like odds are you're like 80% of you are like this size. Like it so they're probably just like, you know what? We're comfortable with just these people because there's a lot of them, and we're not going to worry about sizing this out.
Yeah. Well, if you don't fit in our clothes, you shouldn't be wearing our clothes. Yeah. I think it's their stance.
Maybe. I hope that's not their stance, but yeah.
It's very not inclusive.
Maybe not.
Yeah. And it's not just like some regular, you know, small brands. Some big brands do that too.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna try and fix something here. I'm losing even more frames, it seems, but maybe that will fix itself now. Let's see what's kind of being a memory hog. Okay, I don't know. I think we're all right. Let me just end that and see if that helps us here. Okay. How are we doing here? We're still dropping like half the frames. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope the video looks okay. YouTube's telling me one thing. My streaming software is telling me another thing. Stressful. I don't like seeing red lights. It's always got to be green. Okay. Angelo bought my raw cotton selvage jeans, and even though they're 16 ounces, like the Blue Thunders I got, they were much more comfortable of the back. Why is that? I'm not...
Much more comfortable, maybe.
Oh, off the bat. Off the bat. Much more comfortable off the bat. I'm not, maybe, I don't know. Can't really tell you. It depends on how rigid, those Blue Thunders I remember were pretty rigid. Were they 16 ounces? I don't think this Blue Thunder was 16 ounce.
I think maybe they were.
Yeah.
But also, like, when there's a dye in the yarns, it tends to be a little bit more stiff, I find.
Yeah.
So, because it's undyed, the raw cotton slub is undyed, maybe it feels a little softer.
Yeah, that's probably it's the dye that's making the yarns more rigid, and then therefore the jeans more rigid. Braun DeMarco, random. Have you ever watched an old show called How to Make It in America? Cool show about jeans. It made me love your brand 10 times more. Yes, I loved that show. I do reference that show every now and then on this podcast, the live stream, whatever it is. I love that show. I love that show. When that show came out was literally right around the time Naked and Famous was starting. So me and Brandon running around New York and like the world trying to like sell jeans, and just like in that show, I forget the name of there was the Jewish guy and the Spanish guy. I forget their names, but the Jewish guy, he worked at Barney's. I worked at Holt Renfrew in the denim department, so I really felt like, very similar in that respect. Like, there's a lot of, like, Brandon and me in these characters, and if you watch the very first episode of that show, when the guy is working at Barney's, it's like one of the first scenes, he's folding jeans, and behind him it says Naked and Famous Denim. And that was at the Barney's where Naked and Famous, like, we were carried there, so... I thought that was pretty cool. I really like. I have to watch it again. It's been years since I watched it, and
they
only made 2 seasons.
In like DVDs or
it's probably I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But they made 2 seasons. Unfortunately, it got canceled after that. But it was starting to heat up, and they were making a jeans brand, and they were going through the struggles of like all of this stuff. I was talking to Michael from Iron Snail, Michael Iron Snail yesterday. I was chatting with him on the phone, and I was literally telling him about that show, and I told him that he had to watch it because Michael's trying to, he's trying to build a little thing, and I said, this show is a great inspiration, and it was very accurate to how the industry worked. I remember in that show there was, these guys, and they don't really know anybody, they don't know how anything works. And then you get, like, the cool kids who are, like, they're not really, there's a lot of fluff or whatever it is. And, like, they're getting all this attention, and it's just, like, how, like, what, And the unfortunate part of, like, the fashion world and, like, making stuff is, like, the cool kids will get the attention without putting in the effort that you put in.
Or, coming out with nice product like you do.
Yeah. It is not a logical business at all. It's there's a lot to fashion, the fashion industry. A lot of it's fluff. A lot of it is, proper business practices. And, that's sometimes why the cool fluff brands are gone in 3 seasons. Because they're cool and they're creative, but they don't know the business part of it. So they screw up, and ultimately, the retailers, there's only so much they will tolerate, and then there will be another cool brand right after that one. So they have no loyalty in this. Their loyalty is to like the trend. So there's that area of the business, and there's
also luck.
Oh,
There's
a lot of luck.
Like anything, I would say. But yeah.
So, very neat show. I would recommend it to anyone. Pedro Cortez boot thunders for 17 ounce. There you go. Oh, it's old brain over here.
So it was heavier.
It was heavier. It's even heavier. Yeah, but it's even heavier, and then the dye. Man 45 frame rate is better now. Yes, I see all the greens. We stuck it out. It's still telling me 38% drop frames. So hopefully it's getting better. But you know what? Speaking of getting better,
hit the
like button, everybody. Helps us get better. Helps this community grow. Helps other people find this live stream. So if you haven't hit that like button already, now is literally the best time to do it. So yeah, just a little tap. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Also now, totally the best time to subscribe to the channel and become a family member of the Naked Famous Denim YouTube channel. We're on our way to 10,000. We just surpassed 8. You know, it's like the have you ever seen that meme with like the Grim Reaper knocking on doors? It's like, no. Anyways, I have. And there's the Grim Reaper just knocked on the door of 8,000. They opened it. They're dead. Now we're going to 10,000. We're headed there. So thanks for being on this ride of subscriber growth of the Naked Famous Denim YouTube channel, everybody. Okay. BD, hey Bazad, you got to get some spicy ketchup Miss Vicky's chips. They were so good. I when we go back to Canada next time, there's a lot less stuff that we need to bring back. Right? Because when we moved to Japan, we had an apartment in Montreal. We were planning on keeping that apartment, and then what was that thing that happened? Global pandemic. Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, there was this thing, 2 years, still going on, kind of, don't even know, but couldn't travel, basically lost that apartment, but we had a bunch of stuff there, so every time we went back to Canada, we would have to bring back a bunch of stuff with us, so our luggages were just full. But
to be fair, we still have boxes of stuff in the office, but less important stuff.
Yeah.
So we have more room for chips and snacks that we can bring back. Miss Vicky's is very good.
Miss Vicky's very good.
Like
that's a good quality chip.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to bring back lots of junk food and prevent me from my weight loss journey.
Has it been a journey?
It's been a little bit of a journey. I think a lot of us, COVID weight. I got some of that. Okay, Angelo, does Naked and Famous Central also do the marketing for Naked and Famous Denim NYC? I see that the main Naked and Famous IG page is much more active than the NYC one. Well, I handle the Naked and Famous Denim Instagram. The New York City store handles the New York City Instagram. Tati and Yoko handles Tati and Yoko and unbranded Instagram. I know unbranded Instagram hasn't been very active lately.
We have no inventory.
Yeah, it's just... we
don't want to promote it. It's like, hey, come buy our jeans. Well, we don't have any jeans.
There's literally...
Yeah. But...
Yeah, stock is coming, like, soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, so if you've been waiting for unbranded stuff, coming very, very soon. Yeah, it's unfortunately that was a supply chain shortage issue, and it took a while to get that one cleared up. So thanks for hanging on there as well. Okay, Kenny Ingram writes, high quality comment here. Video quality looks low key fire. Low key fire. I appreciate that. James Seitz, who's the designer of the Tragic Blonde logo? Here's a bit of trivia that very few people know. We don't remember. Honest answer. Don't remember. Brandon doesn't know. He had that information on a computer that the hard drive literally turned to dust. And there is a bunch of early Naked and Famous Denim like photos and things like that is just absolutely lost to time. And by when I say the hard drive turned to dust, it literally turned to dust. We sent it to like a pro data recovery like center, and they said that your hard drive is dust. Like there isn't one left for us to recover from. It is gone. And yeah. So the answer to that question is we don't know. If you designed our logo
and watching this live
and you're watching this live stream, let us know. Provide some evidence, and yeah. But
that'd be cool.
yeah,
Actually,
that is a lost bit of Naked and Famous Denim media. Brandon also, and you know what? There was at the very beginning of Naked and Famous Denim. So Brandon came from the marketing industry, marketing PR industry. So. But he was mostly doing it for like ladies brands. So he had a bunch of like of ladies brands that he did PR for. You know, he'd get the stuff in a magazine. You know, he'd get selling ads and all that kind of stuff. So Brendan thought he needed a Naked and Famous Denim ad, and so he had one shot with like two old people that were like old, like all naked and.
Yeah.
It was but we never put it out. And that was the only time ever, and that was like before there was even product that we attempted to make an ad.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, because the young naked people were in our line sheets for a while. Like like
if you're like the old Naked and Famous Denim website, the very first one, on the fit guide. There was actually like a little slider, so it would like rotate the character. But if you kept sliding it, the pants would fall off, and they would go like, "Oops!" Like it was pretty funny. And like that page, like if you looked at the analytics of like where people spent the most time on, it was like the by far the most. It was crazy. Yeah. Todd Hackett, back up, people. You need to back up. Yes, we do. Well, we're very good at that now. You know,
I'm not very good at it. But yeah,
like company stuff. It's all the important stuff is all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now it's easier because of the cloud and you know, there's more space.
Yeah, but like early days of Naked and Famous. Even now, it's like it's still like fly by the seat of your pants kind of stuff. Like it's just
100%. It's a lot of the times it's just like, well, who made this? I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
My email doesn't go back that far.
Right. But even like when it comes to, you know, at trade show times, sometimes literally hours before the flight, we'd get the last sample. Mm-hmm. And like get the last sample, photograph it, get it on the line sheet, put it in our luggage, go to the airport, go. Like there's that. Dennis Wethmer, what is the best-selling Naked and Famous product? Black Power Stretch Super Guy. That is the #1 selling jean on Tate and Yoko since the inception of Tate and Yoko. Now, there's a reason kind of for that. So certain styles, like our core styles, are going to be more heavily skewed to being the best-selling style ever because they've been running longer. And Black Power Stretch has ran since day one of Naked and Famous Denim. And it has been the go-to black skinny jean for so long, for so many people. And for a while, we only offered Black Power Stretch and solid black selvage. There were only 2 black denim options. Now we have a little bit more, so you know, like we've kind of got something a little bit for everybody. But if you wanted a black skinny stretch jean, Black Power Stretch was the one. And most people, they got their indigo pair, and then a lot of people want, or you know, they have a black skinny jean in their closet. It became that jean. So that jean is #1. I know you would expect like an indigo jean, but like Left Hand Twill is something like Weird Guy Left Hand Twill is like #2.
Probably in the history, but I think lately, like, you know, if you look at the like all the sales, like including wholesale and everything, I think Left Hand Twill.
Left Hand Twill, yeah. But yeah, on Tate and Yoko, Black Power Stretch, in general, Left Hand Twill. But I mean, again, it boils down to like how long these have been available in general, which are going to boost some of those numbers. So,
but we also keep the best ones, the most, commonly appreciated ones as core.
Yeah.
That's also why. Like, I mean, seasonal, we do crazy stuff, so, there's less people for that.
Perhaps. Yeah. Somebody wrote, Pharaoh writes, much of precise denim history is shrouded in mystery. This is true. This is actually the topic of our call with Michael yesterday. Talking Iron Snail Michael. We were just talking about like denim history, and one of the questions we were wondering was like, how did denim become the fabric for jeans? How did we decide on, like, because jeans before that were made of canvas, right?
I thought we're
gonna let him cover that topic, but I'm not gonna spoil he's got a video coming out of interesting. Yeah. So I'm gonna let him handle that. But this is just one of the, as we were talking about stuff, this is one of the questions that came up of like how denim became the fabric to use to make jeans. And my theory on it, and like obviously I don't think that there's any, I think it's all going to be theory, because at that point in the world, like I don't think people were documenting this stuff. It was just, everything was just rolling. We need to make stuff that people need. So I think somebody one day was like, I don't have any canvas to buy, or so-and-so has a surplus of this fabric. Let's just make jeans with it, right? They weren't called jeans. They were, waist overalls, right? So, and then they made them, and then and people liked them. So then they just started making them more, and then other people said, hey, that guy's successful using that fabric, so now I'm going to do it. So I think just things kind of snowballed in that respect. I don't think there was some kind of like, hey, let's try to figure out what's going to be the most durable fabric in this, condition or that. Like, they weren't thinking like that. They were like, okay, just go, just make stuff.
I think that just is the same for anything in the world that is, unless it's like really recent things, it's been analyzed over and over. It is, a lot of the things just happens, and then it becomes, and then
just through use and it remains that way. Like it's evolution. It's like a true evolution, because how did we end up with a 5-pocket jean, right? Like 5-pocket jean is the most convention. Of course there are jeans with more pockets or less pockets, but like when jeans first started, it was 2 pockets in the front, 1 pocket in the back, and then somebody had the brilliant idea of like 2 pockets. I can only imagine the person who's like, I invented the 2 back pocket jean. Like, it was like, I invented the piano key necktie. And then somebody like coin pocket. But obviously throughout that evolution, there must have just been ideas. Like, here's a weird side pocket. Here's this. And like, those didn't flow. Like, that didn't work because nobody bought them. They didn't like them. So all these things changed and until the point where it was like, this is perfect. 5 pockets is perfect. I don't want a 6 pocket. You don't have to really mess, like the way the coin pocket is, I see more variation there than anything else. But aside from that, like that's the look. We're staying with that. C. Sanchez, good question. What actually makes denim denim? The weave? This is a very, very like, good, deep question. That there is actually no answer to. There, like the general acceptance of what denim is an indigo, like a white backed indigo fabric that is like a directional twill. So left hand twill, right hand twill, 3x1, 2x1 construction, indigo on the top, white cotton on the back, right? So white backed and cotton, indigo and cotton.
Yeah, it's
so important. White backed indigo denim. Twill weave construction. Now, of course, we know that we accept.
We call black things denim.
Right. We call indigo things denim.
We also call red things denim if it's of a certain construction.
Yeah.
So I think it's
broken twill is denim, right? So like we don't consider canvas denim, but I wouldn't. Like a plain weave construction.
Right.
So it has to be, in my opinion, a left-hand twill, right-hand twill, or a broken twill.
Yeah.
But that's really about it. It could be made of cotton. It could be made of, a blend. It could be made of hemp. It could be made of anything.
Yeah.
And I would consider it denim.
It's also in the context of like how you're using it.
Yeah,
too.
like if it's in a jean jacket shape or jean shape, that's a little bit more denim-y than if you were to make like a blouse out of it.
Like we called that like blanket lined fabric denim, but clearly it's not denim with that kind of,
Well, it is. It's a double weave. And it has like a twill directional face, and then
it checks some boxes. It doesn't check a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Like you also, if you put it in like a shirt or something, like you don't necessarily call it denim. There's a lot of fabrics like that.
So the answer to this question is, it kind of depends. There's no solid definition for what is and isn't denim, because there's so many things that just break the rules, right? If somebody says 100% cotton, this and that, okay, loosely, that is true. But for because the rule can be broken in so many ways, we have to agree that we can accept more things as being denim. But I think ultimately, a hard-wearing doesn't even need to be hard wearing, right? Like a twill directional fabric.
Yeah.
That is most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just kind of repeating yourself, but so it's a kind of a wide term, like it's a loosely used term that generally has like a 3-4 things about them.
Right. There's got to be a certain amount of points that are common. I wonder what all those points are. I guess
maybe we should make
our definitive list of what is denim.
And it's like, how many check marks?
Yeah.
4? Then that's denim. A denim.
Yeah. Canvas, not denim.
Yeah. Oh, we can make this rule so it's like, even if you check all these boxes, if the weave is plain weave, then it's
not. The weave, I think, is the only thing that might be the unifying answer. It has to be of these, but then again, there's also other, like a W weave, like a warp weft warp. There are weird weaves out there.
Yeah.
That would constitute a denim. Like if you did like a Dobby denim, right?
Like the blanket line. Like it's a double weave, but it's just not. I wouldn't consider it to be a regular directional 12 week.
Right.
But
so there you have it.
It's very difficult.
Very different, weird question. How hot? Can you show off the Japan Heritage Kasuri? Yes, I can. We've got it right here. So Japan Heritage Kasuri. This is part of the Naked and Famous Denim Fall Winter 2022 collection. Japan Heritage construction. So 14 and a half ounce weight, slubby, and it looks like a classic looking denim, dark indigo. It's got that contrast stitch, natural veg tan patch. When you get a little bit closer, you can start to see there's something going on here. Like you can see these stripes a little bit kind of under the right light. I don't know if you can see it well, but there's something happening here. And then when you get real close, you can see really what's happening. And that is this multicolored weft yarn on the inside. So you can see here, we've got this beautiful multicolor yarn. And what's neat about this yarn is that it is a multi kind of dip dyed yarn. So this is it here. And on the same, this is one single continuous strand of yarn. And you can see that it is got hopefully you can see it. It's got all these different colors throughout. So it's not like we're using a bunch of different colored yarns. We're using one yarn that has been dyed section dyed. You can actually see it. Like if I pull it out the right way, you can kind of see the way the yarn has been dipped. Let me see if I can get the angle right. Gotta find it. There we go. So you can see here, like it was, see how the red matches up with the red there, and then the white, and then the blue and green. So you can see, like, they basically have to like have the yarn kind of, it's hard to explain. But they'll dye it kind of across so that the dyes will go along the same sections. Definitely.
I think it's a very, it's a clear, I mean, people understand.
Okay.
It's not a complicated idea.
Process.
But it's cool. It's cool in a way that it's different from other, like, other way of doing this multicolor, which is like, you know, one strand
at a time.
Yeah, different
or
colors.
Or doing like a Grandrelle yarn where you twist a bunch of colors together. Mm-hmm. This is a single strand of yarn that does this, so you get this really crazy color on the inside. And of course, on the Selvage ID, you can see a little bit. The Selvage ID is pink, but you can see in the white area, you can see it's just kind of spotted with a bunch of different colors. So yeah, this is a really, really fun denim. Japan Heritage Kasuri.
Yeah. So C. Sanchez asks, was that Kasuri made the same way as portal weft? And the answer is no. So the portal weft was
twisted.
Like, the Grandrelle kind of thing. So there was how many? 3 colors? 4 colors?
4 colors.
4 colors of yarns twisted together to make those. Yeah. Multicolored yarns.
That was a very laborious process. Very hard trying to get that yarn done.
Just to make it clear also that the strand that he showed now is not the weft exactly, because obviously this is very thin thin yarns. In denim we're using thicker version of it. It's just an example of what these colors are, like what the yarns look like. Yeah. But not the way.
It's the same process.
So it's not going to be that like lightweight or anything like that.
It's yarn dyed in the same way, but for denim we used a thicker yarn. Okay, this Kasuri denim is wild. Well, I'm glad you like it. Wow, beautiful, fair and feral. Yeah, so this is going to be coming out fall winter 22. No ETA exactly yet. ETA, yeah.
Yeah.
ETA is TBD.
Mm-hmm. Probably maybe August, September-ish.
Yeah, so it's coming. It's a coming. Kenny Ingram, those were 100% cashmere from Barney's, hard wearing. We did make 100% cashmere selvage denim for Barney's back in the day. They also were in a, I think it was like a Rob Report or one of these like, you know, financial it was like a holiday, like if you're a gajillionaire, this is the holiday gift guide. And like
it's like, the who's giving anybody
that? I forget. I remember I forget what the title of it was, but I remember in that magazine it had like a yacht, and it was like, oh yeah, here's you buy your significant other a yacht this Christmas. It's $65 million, and I'm like, I'm glad our jeans are the low price option in this
probably
magazine.
One of the lowest.
Yeah.
But it's like giving jeans to another person is also like, unless it's your... Yeah. I guess if it's your significant other, maybe you know the size, but that's a risky move.
When I worked at Holt Renfrew, there was this one lady, great lady, and she would come in a few times a year. Usually it was like kids need new clothes for school. So she'd come in like August, and she'd get her kids like, you know, 10 pairs of jeans, a bunch of t-shirts, all this stuff. She was very, very wealthy lady. And for Christmas, her kid, like, she'd come in with the kids, and like, I remember the kids were in like high school age, and they were buying all designer jeans for all their friends. So like it would be like 30 pairs of jeans, And like the bill was like huge, right? It was a huge, like all these jeans were like $200 or $300 a pop, and like the kids were like, okay, I need jeans for this person, I need this and that person, and like mom was just like, nope, whatever you want, like and like so jeans for like presents, that is the one that I remember the most because this lady was just like buying jeans for, and she was like Oprah, jeans for everyone. It was incredible.
Good friend to have.
Yeah, it's that definitely if you're friends with those kids. But I can only imagine what that circle of friends is giving each other for Christmas. It's just gotta be nuts. Okay. Todd Hackett. Thanks, Risa, for the Departures movie recommendation last week. Departures.
I don't remember. Did I make it?
Yeah, I don't know what last week's movie recommendations were.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. Pedro Cortez, you get a jean. Yeah. You know, one time we almost got our jeans on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Yeah, I was the it was either the reflective or the glow in the dark. I think it was the reflective denim.
Was Ellen gonna wear it?
No, so I think sometimes they like showing off goofy and weird like products.
Oh.
And I think somebody on their show saw the reflective denim skateboard video that we made, and somebody reached out to us, and Brandon happened to be going to LA, and he's like, oh, I'll bring them and I'll drop them off, and then I think he dropped them off, but then they're like, oh no, they didn't make it to air, something like that. But that could have been
Was it in like look how like crazy this is kind of thing?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's making fun, but
yeah. It would they would have probably ripped on it a little bit, but like you know the exposure is definitely like it's definitely weird, and like everybody knows, everybody who buys that jeans knows they're weird. Like nobody's like, oh, these are the future of jeans. Like they're like, no, I bought weird jeans. It's fine.
Yeah.
So they didn't make it to air, but that probably would have been a huge. That would have been the most mainstream bump we would have ever gotten. Like we've been in GQ a bunch of times.
But yeah, I mean, those are magazines full of other clothing,
you know.
So yeah, it's different if you
Yeah, that never happened, unfortunately.
Well,
that's okay. We got close, and it would have been free advertising. You know, we still we don't pay. And okay, this is a public service announcement to anybody who's trying to sell me stuff. I think I've done this before, but I get solicited all the time, and it gets a little annoying because they'll do my work email, and then they'll find my personal email, and then they'll they're just messaging me on Instagram. They're just going nuts. I'm like, hey, we got this great product. We're gonna improve all your business, and I'm just like, stop it. Just here's what you do. If you want to sell me your product, buy a jean, and in the comments section, that's how. Because they always say, I really love your products. And sometimes I just want to be like, could you name one? Which one do you own? Oh, none of them? Okay, great.
Yeah.
If you're trying to solicit something to me, buy something on the website, don't care what it is, and leave it in the comment section. Hey, I'd like to hear from you.
Good advice, but just between you guys and us, it's still not gonna
Probably still not going to work. Still not going to answer you.
And we actually read every single email, so. Yeah,
I do read all the emails. I only ignore the solicitations.
Read. Just like older notes are going to be read. Yeah. But it is a good strategy. It would be impressive.
Yeah, it would show a little bit more effort because I'm sure they tell every person they reach out to, and all the emails are definitely generic. Hey, I'm really a big fan. I'm like, are you? Really, you are? You're a big fan, and you're soliciting me. You should know by now. I don't want to pay for your marketing services. If you're a fan, you'd know, or at least you'd say it in the beginning. I know you don't. Blah blah blah.
Right. Then it's okay, you did your research.
Right.
They get it.
But, yeah. Kenny Ingram, any chance of re-releasing the Active Motion Rayon Blend Denim? The Active Motion, no. But I do have the Ultra Soft coming back for holiday. And now the Ultra Soft is kind of similar. Very, very stretchy denim. Lighter weight. It's a Poly cotton blend denim brushed. So it's kind of got like basically it's like a vintage t-shirt kind of you know, like when you've had a poly cotton blend vintage tee that's been washed to hell and it's just like super soft. That's kind of the idea there. So that's coming out for holiday. So we had a little bit of fabric left. We're gonna do, I think like, anyways, just a couple hundred pairs. But
we also have the blue comfort coming out for fall,
Right.
which is also, it's a little bit heavier, but it's very stretchy.
Yeah, this. Hold on, I'm gonna show it. That's a really nice denim.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very stretchy, suspiciously stretchy, but it does have the, you know, that
Yeah.
what's the word?
Recovery. Snap
Yeah,
back.
but like just the heft of
Yeah.
denim.
It like look at this. It's rigid. It's like not the most rigid denim in the world, but like, you know, it's not like. Anyways, it's still hefty. It's still got that. Let's see if we can ASMR this. Right, it's got that raw denim feel. You know, it's not the floppiest denim in the world. It's not the rigidest denim in the world, but you can see it's not all flop. Like a pizza review. Anyways, great stretch. 11% elastin. So you get that rubbery feel, but it just comes right back to shape. It's a really incredible fabric. Like, so if you need that stretchiness, and it's tough also. Like, it's hard to stretch this. Look at that. It's like fading. But you can see here, raw denim look, super stretchy, snaps back with like, it takes a little, like I'm really stretching these, but you can see they always really come back to shape and like the actual shape. So this is a great stretch denim coming for the fall. Blue comfort. It's gonna fade nice. It's gonna really fade nice. So I'm looking forward to releasing that one. Snaps back. You know what? We were talking about what makes denim denim, and we were talking about the blanket lined. So got them right here. So with the blanket lined, you know, and we were just talking about definitions of denim. Like it's a double weave denim. A little bit of cat hair on there. That's life. I don't know if you can see it, but it is a directional twill. Like you can see the weave is going. It's hard. I'm like seeing it in reverse. No, the other way. Here we go. So you can see it goes like diagonally, properly. And on the inside, the other thing you'll notice with the fabric, if you can see it, it's like there's these little dots throughout. There are these little binding points. And that's to bind the blanket line on the inside. So, like, this is denim, but it's two fabrics woven at the same time and bound together. So, very, very weird fabric, but a cool fabric. And still denim.
We call it denim.
We call it denim.
Make it into jeans.
T quenched. That's giga stretch.
Giga
stretch. You know, I like the word giga. It's just.
It shows the age, I think.
Giga stretch.
Yeah.
Blue comfort sounds nice. Blue giga stretch. Blue comfort. I know that you have the Grandrelle to show off today. Thank you. But can you speak to how the Elephant series seems to fade so quickly, similar to one another? Let's show off the Grandrelle first.
So uniquely similar to one
So
another.
uniquely similar. Can't read. Okay.
It is a quick fade too, I think.
So we've got Elephant 11 Grandrelle, dark indigo on the outside. Elephant 5 construction. So slubby, 20 ounces, slubby. You can see how kind of like gritty it looks. It's not the most 3D in terms of slub because it is sanforized, but it'll kind of plump up a little bit more as you wear, especially after wash. And on the inside, to add to that kind of gritty look, we've got this blend of black and white. twisted yarn. So unlike the Kasuri yarn I just showed you, like the multi-dyed single strand yarn, the way we achieve this color is by taking white yarns and black yarns and then twisting them together to make kind of a mix. And then when you weave with it, you get this kind of crazy, you know, it looks like a static look here on the inside. So this denim is like half indigo by white and half indigo by black. So you're gonna get like a really crazy fade, and that's why like you can see some of the white showing through the twill lines, and then some of it is, you know, the black showing through the twill lines, so it looks darker on top of like the slubbiness, which is like fatter yarns and skinnier yarns. So it's such a blend of
There's a lot
things going on here. And so that's the Elephant 11 Grandrelle 100% cotton version, spring summer 23. We're gonna do the Elephant Grandrelle 11 S Grandrelle, something like that. We'll figure it out. But you guys know what's going on. Now, why do these fade so beautifully? Couple of reasons. You want to start?
Well, I think the question was why do they, like, the elephant denim fade similarly? And I don't know if all of our elephant series jeans fade similarly, like, but the weight is similar, which means the size of the yarns are similar to all of, you know, it's the common thing throughout the elephant.
Yeah, the other common thing is the base, actually. So there's only ever been 2 bases that we've used for the elephant construction. There's the Elephant 1 and 2, which are basically the same jean. One's 19 ounces, one's 22 ounces. Yeah, 22. Elephant 2 is 22 ounces. So the first elephant denim is 19, then there's 22, and then there's the Elephant 5 base, which is the slubby version, which comes in at 20 ounces. So the Elephant 1, anything that's in the Elephant 1 or 2 base, Elephant 1 and 2 base are basically the same, just the weight difference. So obviously anything that we do in those bases are going to fade similarly on the warp.
Yeah,
right?
But we had like broken Twill. That was a different.
Right, that was
base.
Oh yeah, the broken elephant. I guess that was the same yarns as the Elephant 1-2, but in broken Twill construction. So the yarns are always the same, like construction. And the fabric construction is always the same. So there's a commonality there in terms of the way that it's going to fade. And then anything in the Elephant 5 base is obviously going to fade similar to anything that uses the Elephant 5 base. And then just heavyweight denim in general, it's harder to penetrate those cores of the yarns because they're so thick. So they tend to fade fast. And because the fabrics are also thick, they have those exaggerated lines. So there's commonality there as well.
Yeah. And any, like, we really don't do a lot of, you know, around 20 ounce denim outside of elephants.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, when you look at our, like, jeans fade, you know, everybody's face online, like, yeah, like with elephant, you can kind of point it out just because it's the heavier way.
Yeah. Ray Tattooed Boy, nice. Thanks for joining the live stream. We've got to Emerson Keating. Hey, I made it. I made the stream. So glad to see the good stuff. Well, welcome and good timing because we're doing the showing. We're showing off stuff right now. Farron Fair writes, I'm a big fan. Have you thought of purchasing a nice at maybe set of encyclopedias? I have not. Once when I was a kid, an encyclopedia man came to our home to try to sell us encyclopedias. And
Is this a encyclopedia salesperson? Are they doing that?
no, I think they're just making a joke. But they got thrown out of our house. They were trying to be being very aggressive.
I'm sure that's
Happened back in the day. Encyclopedias. Remember that episode of Friends when
I was just thinking that the
Pen Gillette.
Yeah.
With the which letter did? Here's the trivia question: which letter of the encyclopedia did Joey buy? He only bought one issue, one volume.
What words were there?
That is a good Friends trivia question. I don't remember, but I remember
You don't
he bought
remember?
one.
Okay.
I don't remember the answer. Somebody in the chat might remember the answer.
Oh, that bothers me. I should know this.
Yeah. Brand Mac, I saw you guys did well in last year's Indigo Invitational. As a brand, I think we did pretty well. I mean, we had a lot of participants last year. We had some people. I forget his name. There's a guy from Vancouver. Pretty sure it's from Vancouver. With the Elephant Force, I think he placed really, really high. I think he was one of the winners, in fact. So yeah, there were some Naked and Famous jeans in the winner's circle last year. That's for sure. Another thing to mention, we were talking about mugs, like our vintage milk glass mugs. I'm a big fan of these kinds of things. We made some Naked and Famous denim ones in the past, and I've avoided. I've showed these mugs off many times. We got a collection of them, and the Naked and Famous denim one, every time I show it off, everyone's like, "Where can I get it? Where can I get it? Where can I get it?" So I stopped showing it on air. But if you missed last week, we talked about we found a manufacturer in Japan. We're working on mugs right now. So Naked and Famous denim mugs coming.
Yeah, milk glass,
made in Japan mugs coming for maybe Christmas. You think we'll have it by Christmas?
Sure. Wait, it's only
April, May.
Yeah.
We'll have them. May. We should have them for Christmas. So, stay tuned, everybody. This is gonna be if you've always wanted one of those milk glass mugs, you're gonna be able to get one, and we'll have them in a couple of different colors too. So, I think that'll be the next. We got the skateboards. We get the mugs, like all the knives, like all the.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with all the like little things. Right. These little tchotchke type products. So it's a lot of fun to create those. Okay. Is the Kasuri, the Japan Heritage Kasuri, coming in a jacket? Yes, it will be available in a denim jacket. Confirmed. Kenny Ingram, the Indigo Invitational mentions no sand scrubs. Is that actually a thing? Look, man, no sand scrubs. I don't know why that would be not a thing. So the thing about sand scrubs, I didn't even know that was a term, but it's like if you go and do an ocean soak, like if you watch, we did a live stream from Okinawa where I did a live ocean soak. I jumped into the ocean with my Indigo Invitational pair, and I did a sand scrub. So you go in.
Do you think they put that in the rule because you did that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think they paid attention. I don't think they paid too much attention. But basically, you go into the ocean with your jeans, and you're kind of sitting in the water, and you're sitting on the just on the beach there, and you take the sand and you just kind of like rub it into your legs, and like it does have a little of abrasive property, and it certainly help maybe clear out a little bit of that indigo, but I don't think it's like I wouldn't call that a cheat, really. Like,
well, two things though. Like, if you are like actually how you distress jeans in factory is basically that using a machine,
like a sandblasting
right?
machine.
So I kind of get it in a way that if you're going to tell. If there's a rule that says you can't use sandpaper, you can't do these machines fading, then it's. I mean, where do you draw the line?
But what you can do with your hands and sand is not the same as using sandpaper and using a sand blaster.
No, yes, I understand, but at the same time, sand scrubs it's like okay, you can do sand scrubs. Then then what does it mean to sand scrub? Like
I don't know.
It has to be more. I mean, it's not an Olympic sport, so they don't need to put out every single rule that are reviewed by a lot of people. They just say these things. So it's like, I think the idea is that okay, don't do anything that really other than wearing.
But they allow bleach wash. Oh, you can add a little bit of bleach to your wash. Well, how much is a little bit? Right?
Oh, so, 100%. Those are things that would just...
it doesn't need to be regulated such. Like, let me put it to you this way. If I were a judge in this competition, which I'm not, I would know from looking at a jean who was cheating and who wasn't cheating.
well, it's also like, I mean, if you use sandpaper every now and then, nobody would know. It's not gonna be easy to find that. You're not gonna have that eye.
Yeah, I would. You know why? Because the people who are doing that aren't that clever. They're just not. These aren't professionals who are like. I looked at some of the photos. I mean, I've looked at all of the photos, but like, we've looked at them together, and you could look. If you've looked through those Indigo Invitational kind of submissions, you can tell who's being a little bit more, people who cheat in this realm. I don't think that they've come to the point where like they're very good at like really.
I mean, it's just
refining how accurate the fade is. They go nuts. They go nuts with it.
Yeah, I think it's hard to stop. Like once you do it, like maybe it's like plastic surgery. So you kind of lose track of how much you
bingo. You nailed it. So look, you're not gonna catch everything, but I think these arbitrary load. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like, what if I spilt paint on my jeans? Is that legal?
Yeah.
Right.
It is, again, it's not like, because it's not so high stake that we just kind of have to be like, okay, well, whatever you say, some people are going to slip through. Yeah. Just how it is.
Yeah, that's it. Right. This is not the Olympics.
Don't take it so seriously. I think just the experience of wearing it and enjoying that is the aim of this competition.
Yeah. Right. If you're going to cheat, you're a jerk.
Yeah, you're clearly not enjoying life.
Yeah, right. If you need to cheat at a pants fading contest, you
have some problems.
Right. Like, come on. We're fading. If you're a pants fading cheater, we're not going to kick you out of the community, but I feel a little sorry for you. Okay? Like,
I think everybody would.
Everyone would feel a little sorry for you. And if you have to do that so that you can win some jeans, okay,
Yeah, you got us.
You need more help than the jeans. Okay. That went down a little bit. Anyways, Brian H, how many ounces are the mugs? How much volume will they hold? I don't know. I don't
know how much volume like a regular mug.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
It's not gonna be.
It'll be like this size,
tiny.
kind of.
But I think it's gonna be more like that thing where it's like a little bit thicker, so I don't know if it's gonna hold this much, because
but
we
barely.
will find out.
It'll be around this size.
We will find out and report back.
Ray Tattooed Boy, LOL, pants fading cheater. Yeah, if you're a pants fading cheater, cheater. Okay, you really want if you really want fades, get on our building site, right? Stephen Lee, that's true. Like, is that cheating? I actually work on a construction site and somebody else works at a desk all day. Like, it's you can't, it's hard to balance all this out. Farron Farrell, I like using a low-grade nuclear weapons to fade my jeans. It also makes them glow in the dark. That's true. Yeah, that's not my style for fading jeans, but if you want to irradiate your jeans, give it a shot. Not actual advice, by the way. I don't think anyone would take that seriously, but this is the internet. Okay. You said it with such anger. I'm angry at denim cheaters. Kenny Ingram, just measuring the mugs in ounces per square yard. No, it's fluid ounces of volume. The volume of fluid ounces. I don't know. I'm not an ounce guy. I'm a metric guy. I know milliliters. Ounces are. I know 1 ounce is 30 milliliters.
Fluid ounce?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
About. Mugs that fade. No, the mugs won't fade. Although that would be cool, and I wouldn't. Anyways, we're gonna try and work on some weird science here and get like a gradient indigo mug. Maybe we'll see, but
we'll see. I mean, it's we're gonna have some cool mugs, but it might be a multi-release thing. We'll work our way up.
You can have a whole collection of them. Venomous Teddy, burn knuckle selvage. Somebody wants some Fatal Fury jeans. Some Terry Bogard. BD, does chip dust from your hands during snack time count as legit fades? Yeah, of course.
Like,
Cheeto dust.
Yeah.
Cheeto dust fades are legit.
It's gonna add like a little bit of a warm tint.
Yeah, warm tone.
Orangey
Yeah,
tint.
Doritos dust. And actually, the best combo to get the best potato chip fades is Doritos Flamin' Hot mixed with some sweet chili heat Cheetos. If you get both of those dusts in your hands and rub it into your jeans, best fading properties.
And rub your hands
And then
your
right
eyes.
directly into your eyes afterwards. Okay. Will the mugs stretch with wear? We don't expect much give on the mugs. Probably very minimal shrinkage with wash. You would do a hand wash is preferred, but if you're adventurous, put it in the machine.
Yeah, machine wash. They can handle it.
You can handle the machine wash. I would personally hand wash them and lay them on the dish rack to dry. Flat lid dry. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna put that in on the product copy on the website. That would be really funny.
Make the icons. Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Yeah.
Wash the mugs after 6 months for the creases to set. Yeah, you only really want to wash the mugs after 6 months. You really want
after you get all the things
the
build
coffee
up.
patina in there. Just let that build up layer after layer, and then you're just gonna see like this beautiful gradient of like earthy brown tones.
Colors, yeah. And it makes your coffee taste better.
Yeah, it's like barbecue. You never really want to wash the grill. You want all those oils and fats to build up. It adds to the taste.
That is the most disgusting thought in the history of
with the barbecue or the mugs.
Barbecue.
No, that's part of it.
I actually really hate that about barbecue, and now we have our removable barbecue
grills. Yeah.
I would wash it every single time. There's no way.
Okay. I'm okay with it. The fire kills all the bad stuff and leaves only the good stuff.
But it's sitting outside.
What can I say? I'm not. I didn't invent this idea, but it works.
I really don't like it. I try not to think about it.
If I put a mug in the freezer, will that keep them from? Will that help keep them smelling better? Yes. Yes, it will.
When it thaws, though.
Yeah, when it thaws. The smell will come back. Could denim be woven so tight it would repel liquid? Probably.
That would imagine. That's our expectation, but never know.
Yeah. Repel. Yeah. Resist liquid. Water resistant. Water repellent. If you really want water repellency, I mean, you want to get that Teflon coating on there. Some kind of DWR coating on a fabric is what you want. Some hydrophobic coating.
Yeah, just spray it.
Yeah.
Spray it before you put your coffee in.
Yeah. But Okay, Jordan Green. Buildup of carbon on barbecues does not season them, according to Meathead Goldwyn.
Thank you. I am going to use that information and convince people to wash their things.
I'm sure some people disagree with Mr. Meathead.
But I do understand that certain grills don't let you wash it every time or whatever.
Yeah.
But
some grill grates are cast iron. Doesn't want to wash them. Yeah, you don't need to wash a cast iron. Not the same way. It builds up. It's part of it. Okay, I'm washing my strawberries for the first time. So they, Ray Tattooed Boy. I'm washing my strawberries for the first time. So they, do they shrink much? You shouldn't expect much shrink from them. Very little shrink. And whatever shrink you do get, they'll stretch back out with some wear.
Just wash them cold though.
Yeah. Stoked for the copy on these mugs, the product copy. Yeah, I think I'll have a little bit of fun with that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Kenny Ingram, do the measurement guides on the core collection ever change on Tate and Yoko depending on the batch? Yes and no. Well, yeah. Well, I guess the answer is, do they ever change? The answer is they change sometimes, like as if and when necessary. So when we get a new batch of goods, we measure it, make sure that it's within tolerance, and if it's things have changed. Like sometimes we do fit modifications. We might add a little, like a little bit of an adjustment on the rise, or maybe the inseam's a little bit longer. So that will get updated. So the answer is yes. The size charts do change from time to time. And I guess I'm going to preempt my next question is, do we keep a copy of the old measurements from a core update? So if we update a core style with new measurements, I don't actually keep the old measurements around. Mm-hmm. That data definitely gets lost. Mm-hmm. So don't. Somebody might ask me, hey, do you have the 2016 measurements of the left-hand Twill? No, I don't. I don't have it. But I do have, like, if it's an older style, like, hey, do you have the measurements for the Elephant 9? Yeah, I do.
Okay, but why would anybody ask that?
You know why people? I get that email, DM, whatever. I get that actually semi-regularly because somebody will find a jean on eBay or they'll find it somewhere and somebody didn't post the measurements. They're like, hey, do you have the old measurements? Because they want, so they might not, and I'll provide that information. Mm-hmm. Somebody on a Reddit thread the other day asked me, why don't you keep an archive of past measurements? And I was starting to write a response, and then I forgot. And anyways, if you're watching, here's your answer. So we have it, like I have a copy of all that information, and why don't I have it listed on the website anywhere? It's just because I can't have 10,000 pages on the website. Mm-hmm. It actually just slows the website down if you have that. Mm-hmm. And then it also gets to the point where it's like, these jeans are 7 years old. Mm-hmm. Like they're not coming back. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just gonna get bombarded with people. Hey, can I find this? I can't help you there.
But I mean, if you're buying, say like they have a old pair. Yeah. Like you should ask for the pair's measurements. Anyways, I think that's if you're trying to buy it, then I think that's a better way to handle it than like us sticking through like.
Like if I can find it, I'm happy to do it. But like if you can. Anyways, maybe some people don't. Sometimes you might find a pair of jeans that are at a thrift store, like and then they have them, and they're not going to take these measurements for you, right? I mean,
then you try it on.
No, they're buying it online.
In thrift stores?
Yeah, there's thrift stores that sell stuff on Grandrelle. They sell it on eBay, and they just have stuff, right? And like their service isn't always going to be the best,
right?
So. Somebody wants to buy a jean online, they want the measurements, they message them, they didn't get a response, or maybe they're not going to take good measurements because they don't, you know what I mean? Hey, can you follow this measurement guide and measure? They're not going to do it, right?
But unless it's brand new, it's not going to be the same as brand new.
But we're talking about brand new.
Okay.
So a brand new pair, dead stock, whatever, they found it somewhere online. Nobody's providing the measurement. So they asked me for the measurement information. And the reason why we don't have all of our old historical products online is just because it's going to bog down the website and, a couple other reasons, but they're not there. But another person chimed in with a comment and they said, yeah, it would be really useful because that way I could look at, an old pair that I have. And then, if I have to buy something new, I would have the measurements. And I'm like, yeah, but you've worn your old pair, right?
That's a very bad idea.
So that's exactly what I was typing. I was like, it's a really dumb idea for you to use the measurements of a brand new pair of jeans and then compare it to something else when you already have worn and used those jeans. Once you've worn those jeans, they've stretched out, they've shrunk, they've molded to you. You might have grown a little bit. Like you don't know how, like the ones that you have, measure those. Always measure what you got. Don't rely on what's on the website. The website also, like we take variances into account, right? So if we measure 5 pairs of 32, they're all going to have maybe a smidgen of difference. Everything's, it's not machine operated, construction here. No, it's not precision machining. So there's always going to be variances. So we take that into account when we post the measurement online. You know, it's like a bit of an average. So the pair you got is and you know how that fits you. So measure based on what you own. Don't rely on the website. You're going to run into problems, you know. So yeah, that's another reason. Anyways, somebody's used that as an example as a reason why we should. And then I wanted to be like, no, that's actually a reason why I shouldn't. But yeah. Michael Udall, how do you measure the inseam? We've got a video on Tati and Yoko and Naked Famous Denim NYC. Basically, under every product page, there's a little video underneath the measurement guide showing you how we do it. There's also like a blog post. Like if you go to the very bottom of the page, it says measurements or how to measure your jeans. Click that. We show you exactly how we do it. Follow us precisely. Don't, you know, some people do the waistband. You know, we like to make sure that the front, like some people just measure the waistband by taking this measurement across. We pull this up so that the front of the waistband and the back of the waistband are aligned. You know, better than that. But, you know,
and then pull it tight.
And then pull it tight because you will get a little bit of extra room here. And if you don't do that, you know, your measurements are going to be different than ours. So make sure that this and this are lined up and pull it out. And you'll see it when you do it yourself. It gets a little bit wider. So you know, some people when they're buying jeans, they're so precise on their measurements. And if you're living in that land where it's like a quarter of an inch is going to be the difference between the jeans fitting and not fitting, the jeans aren't fitting, right? You got to have more room than that. And if you're also living in the world where, okay, I'm going to buy my jeans a little bit small because I know they're going to stretch out half an inch and then they're going to be perfect, you're going to have a bad time. For sure, those jeans aren't going to fit you. The number of comments I see on like Reddit where it's like, yeah, I bought them too tight and I hoping they're going to stretch and then they didn't stretch, and it's like, I don't know how this like idea still persists that you need to buy your jeans snug or a little too tight and then they're going to stretch and be perfect. Don't do it. Nicht. No. Damn it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about this like last week. Yeah. But yeah, number one, by far the number one reason for people returning jeans to Tate and Yoko is that they're too small. Yeah. And we do not have free returns because shipping costs money and we have to charge you for return shipping. And the, you know, another size shipping also. So, you know, just try to be a little bit more realistic about your measurements. You don't have to buy it as tightly as possible if you need a little room. Yeah.
Venomous Teddy's asking about collaborating with other brands. Now, we've done collaborations. Yeah, we're open. Depends. Like, right now, collaborations for us are like movie and media and, like, you know, nostalgia. That's, you know, we've done those brand collaborations in the past. I think they're going to stay there. This is the future for us. Yeah, I really like the way that this can, you know, the creativity that this allows is much more, I like it. I like it a lot. You know, and especially because it's like all nostalgia stuff for us, for the most part. So that's the way, that's the way that's going to go down. It's a lot more fun. Yeah. I want to, like, if we're going to do another brand one, Kirkland. I really want to get that Kirkland jeans one. Or, like, KFC. Like, I want to do, you know, like, there's one thing to do, like, you know, movies and TV shows and comic books and things like that. But, like, I would, like, yeah, Kirkland jeans, just because I would love, the idea is so great for me. And some designer brand is going to do it before us because they have the pull. You know, you're going to see Gucci 100%. Kirkland. I think for sure at some point somebody's going to do that. I've been wanting to do this for years. But like KFC, I would love to do like a scratch and sniff, like, you know, herbs and spices jean, because I think that would be funny. So those are the kinds of things like cereal brands. Yeah, but like but on the other side, like if we were to do like it'd be cool like if we can do like a headphones one, like with like a blue
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Fostech, like this is a purple wood, but if we can get like some kind of like indigo wood, like headphone, that'd be cool. That would be more interesting. So yeah, headphone collab.
Yeah.
We gotta ask. We know a guy in the headphone industry. We should see what we can do there. That'd be cool. Made in Japan, like. All right. Right, I'm gonna write that idea down right now. Who would be into that? Like an audiophile headphone? Yeah.
I mean, the only concern is that like headphones can be very expensive.
Yeah,
So
they can be. They'll be like.
It just needs to be like a brand that shares kind of our philosophy in terms of like just get that like it might be expensive, but it has to be a good value. It has to be something that is better than just being plain expensive.
Right. Like okay. I mean, there's a lot of high-end Japanese headphones. Like I don't want them to be $1,000. Right.
Because it's restrictive. We don't want
if you're not in the headphone like enthusiast world, like $500 and up for headphones is like very normal price. Ideally, a $200 to $300 headphone would be, I guess, the sweet spot.
I think people are willing to spend that much.
Yeah. White Lightning, aka Aqua, Audio Technica, made in Japan. Our friend does work at Audio Technica, so maybe we can talk to them. I don't know how much pull they have with anything, but we can see. Decibels. I'm into hi-fi audio. Wouldn't mind seeing a collab like that. Would want a bass pair of headphones that has broad sound appeal, not too eccentric sounding either way. Right. These are I love headphones, by the way. I have Final Audio times Naked Famous. That'd be cool. They do a lot of earbuds, Final Audio. They have some very, very expensive over ears. I do like headphones. I have a little of a big small collection. I used to have a lot of IEMs, just the in-ears. I've got a drawer full of them that I don't use anymore at all.
Because now we have wireless.
I got these things.
And they're just so much better.
They are very handy.
I understand the audio quality, blah, 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 but
the quality on these ones is pretty good. They're really not bad. I have the Galaxy Buds also, and you have the Galaxy Buds, but I upgraded to these, the Sony ones, and huge. Like every time I put those Galaxy ones in, I'm like, they don't sound great. Yeah,
but it's like this between this and like wired.
The wired ones definitely sound better. It also depends on like my situation. Like I'm listening on my phone. Like I have if I really want to get like a perfect audio setup, like I've got a setup for it. But
like if you're sitting down, that might be nice. But it's like that. Just once you get used to not having wires, I think going back to wires is very difficult, especially if you're outside or like doing stuff.
Yeah. It depends on what you're doing, but while I'm working, I like these. Shaint T88. I have the exact same cans. Yeah, it's the Fostex. These are the THX00 Purple Heart Mass Drop Edition. I love these, and over ear with they're closed back. I have some what's it called, Odyssey open backs that I like, but it's great for critical listening, not great if you're trying to concentrate and doing work. I like this, blocks out everything. I'm good to go. Okay. A lot of headphone talk here. I'm sure there's some. It seems like we got some audio lovers in the audience as well. Naked and Famous Denim tube amp to go with the Naked and Famous Denim headphones. LOL. I love tube amp sound. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, this talk is getting.
Yeah, like see, we're going from skateboards and knives and mugs to high-end audio. That would be pretty cool. Will you have to pry wired headphones? You will have to pry wired headphones from my cold, dead hands and ears. I'm a wired guy when it comes to critical listening, but on the move, I have to say that I really appreciate, but I think the other problem is because my phone, the phones, they don't have headphone jacks anymore. So like, it has become a little bit, I don't know if it's more of a chore. I guess you just have to have the dongle-y thing at the end of your, well, I guess not the end of the world.
Yeah, but also like if you are, even when you're at home, like I used to like sometimes like, I want to be able to move around without carrying my phone in my pocket.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I don't have a pocket. Like it's.
Yeah, I do appreciate this. I have also the over-ear XM4s, the Sony ones.
Yeah, those are good for airplanes.
Yeah. So I have headphones for like every use case. My desk headphones, my going on the metro headphones, airplane headphones. I've got a million headphones. Anyway, so yeah, I guess it does make that's it. We got to figure out some kind of audio thing. All right, you'll leave it to us. Risa is more of a Sennheiser girl.
I don't think so.
I don't think she's particularly brand loyal with the headphones.
Yeah,
I think
one time you were letting me use your the earbuds of Sennheiser.
Yeah,
I remember.
Right.
But I wasn't very picky.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you just don't want to wear these. Like, I've got more cans, and they're big and clunky. But take them on, put them off. Anyways, enough headphone talk.
Yeah.
You know what? Do we have snack time?
We have the carrots.
Carrots?
The cotton candy.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll do that. This is kind of funny. You need a headphone amplifier to really bring out that noise. Yeah, it's if you're not into that like high end you could get a pretty decent setup for not a tremendous amount of money, but it's a rabbit hole. Like raw denim is audio stuff, headphone stuff, rabbit hole of.
I do remember though the first time, cause I was on iPhone for a while, iPhone 4 or 4S, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I was using that iPhone earbuds.
Yeah.
Because, having that switch here was amazing, and I couldn't use anything else other than the ones that has this. But then I remember the first time I took that out and then put it on a real headphones. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, this is garbage.
Yeah, the sound makes a huge difference.
I'm sure iPhone buds are better now, but anyways.
So yesterday, Risa went to an event at just a small little French luxury brand called Hermes. Have you guys heard of it?
Hermes.
Hermes. And
so I have a friend who is
a diehard.
I wouldn't call diehard because obviously financial restrictions.
Sure.
She doesn't, she's not the best customer, obviously, but she likes the brand, and I guess her, there's a salesperson that's hers, and she invited her to this photo booth event, so you can go to Hermes in Ginza and you can get your photos taken, or you can take a photo there. And then we didn't really know anything beyond that. She wasn't aware of what was going to be there. It's just there's going to be a photo booth or whatever. So she wanted to go. I went with her. Turns out that it was one of those things where they put the backdrop and then they had a fake carriage.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, okay, that's kind of fine, whatever. And then they told us there was going to be a horse.
Yeah, in Ginza.
A real horse in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, so inside the store, they were giving out, they were all wearing that tall hats.
Equestrian
and then,
hats and stuff.
They were giving out this cotton candy that looks like a carrot.
Yeah, so we have
the story here.
Oh, what a rip-off. Show him yours. Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess it kind of was supposed to look like a carrot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I expected more cotton candy than this.
Another thing about that day, or yesterday, was that actually we couldn't take a picture with the horse.
The horse was out of commission.
Horse.
So had a little
poor horse.
horse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so.
So this.
Yeah.
I think there's more. Oh, it has this
It's just like gel.
silica gel. Yeah.
There's just as much silica gel as there is cotton candy.
Well, let's
Anyways.
try it. Does it taste like carrot? Oh, it's been so long since I had a cotton candy.
Yeah, it's cotton candy. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. Wow, Hermes, expensive taste.
Nice.
Do they have a dress
Cotton
code at
candy.
an event like that?
No, I was asking her. I was like, I don't think I have clothes to wear to this,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter."
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I tried to clean up a little, but
Yeah, I think you self dress code. You're like, wait, I'm going to a Hermes event.
yeah.
I gotta scrub up.
But probably I was the only one in the store who didn't have any kind of high end.
You weren't
things.
wearing a scarf and a Hermes bag.
Yeah, there were a lot of guys there, and are just t-shirts and stuff. But they all had something that shows that they paid more than they should have on
Right.
any.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I was not there. I did not go to this. Okay. Carrot on a stick. I think that is a good analogy of this thing. It's like, come and take a picture with your cotton candy carrot and a horse, and then please come and buy a $40,000 purse afterward. Thank you for your patronage. Is it orange flavor or just sugar?
Just sugar.
Just sugar. I would say that I would have had a higher expectation of this cotton candy.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
but it was the right price of nothing. So it cost us nothing.
Yeah.
So
A little
I guess
things.
I can't complain there.
Yeah.
I would expect more cotton candy for how much they charge.
yeah. Well,
Well, how do you think they make so much money?
to be fair, so in the store it was raining, so
Yeah.
we go in, and they give you an actual towel, not like a Hermes branded towel,
Yeah.
but it was actual towel for you to keep it. They're not gonna it's not like
Oh, that little horse towel that like.
no, that wasn't
Oh,
it.
okay.
That would have
Right.
been great,
Uh-huh.
but the white like
Oh,
rag,
okay, yeah.
So,
So they had-
like it's a better
Very hospitable.
hospital.
More hops to the
Yeah.
more hops. I do want a Hermes tie. eBay. Look for a vintage one. Free 99. Yeah, free 99 is my favorite price. I love free 99. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna leave it there. Thanks for allowing us to hang out with you guys this week, talk about denim, show off some crazy product, answer your questions, go on some wild tangents about headphones and Hermes cotton candy.
Yeah. Well, we talked about Nick Cage a lot today.
And Nicolas Cage. Shout outs to Nicolas Cage if you're watching. Enjoy your films. All right, I guess we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thanks for spending your evening with us or morning or wherever you are in the world. Have a great weekend. Do something nice for somebody. Do something nice for yourself. And we'll see you guys again next week here, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Naked and Famous Denim weekly live stream. And before you leave, if you didn't hit that like button, now's the time to do it. Just on the way out, just get a little tap, just a little tap. And we'll see you guys next time. All right?
Bye.
BD, I did like the stream. I appreciate it, BD. Appreciate it. Thank you as always. See you guys. Bye, everyone.